If you're a woman over 30, intermittent fasting is not for you. It could really be the thing that's making you gain weight, and I'm going to explain exactly why. I'm Dr. Phyllis, and I lost 100 pounds, and I want to tell you the truth the fitness industry refuses to acknowledge. Intermittent fasting is not harmless. Women are biologically more sensitive to fasting stress, and after 30, those biological differences become dramatic. For some women, fasting just simply doesn't burn fat. It creates metabolic stress that shuts fat burning down. Let me walk you through the science. Women have a more reactive HPA axis. This is your stress response center. And this is not emotional, but it's evolutionary. So when you fast or you delay eating for long periods, your body doesn't register it as discipline, it registers it as uncertainty. And then your brain responds with elevated cortisol, unstable blood sugar, heightened vigilance, increased cravings. And here's the critical connection. Evidence shows that elevated cortisol increases oxidative stress, the cellular damage that slows metabolism and impairs fat burning. So fasting doesn't begin with fat loss, it actually creates a stress signal. Now let's talk fasting and thyroid slowdown. So your thyroid is your metabolic thermostat. When energy availability drops, even mildly, your body is going to adapt. Clinical data suggests that reduced caloric intake can lower active T3, your main fat-burning hormone, and women who are over 35 will feel this shift even more due to hormonal fluctuations, accumulated stress, past dieting cycles, perimenopausal changes, and a slow thyroid means a slowed metabolism. So you're eating less, but then burning less. And that's why so many women say, I'm fasting exactly the way they told me to, and somehow I'm heavier. Your body is prioritizing survival and not physique goals. Next, I want to talk to you about the neurochemical impact of fasting, your brain chemistry. So during fasting, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, will drive hunger and anxiety. Leptin signaling drops, and leptin is that hormone that helps you feel full. Serotonin will dip, so that's going to affect your mood and take away any sense of calmness. And dopamine becomes unstable, which heightens your cravings. And this is why so many women experience afternoon sugar cravings, irritability, difficulty focusing. Anybody tried fasting and noticed that they can't focus? And then evening overeating. So fasting all day and coming home and eating a huge meal. This is not lack of discipline, but this is you trying to compensate for increased physiological stress. Now let's talk hormones. This is one of the biggest reasons why fasting doesn't work for women. Think perimenopause, which can start as early as 35. It causes fluctuating estrogen and progesterone, which will reduce your insulin sensitivity. It intensifies cortisol reactions. It disrupts your sleep. And these hormonal changes will actually shift fat storage into your abdomen. And then adding fasting on top of that, another stressor, will shift your biology deep into conservation mode. And then you'll notice more belly fat, worsening sleep, energy dropping even more, and then cravings intensifying. It's a huge amplifier, which also causes your mood to become unstable. And this is simply because your hormones in your fasting will amplify these hormones altogether. So let's talk about why your thin friend will thrive on fasting. Next, I want to talk about that friend that you have that skips breakfast and shrinks. You try the same thing and gain weight. What's the difference? I mean, she's a woman as well, right? But for some women, they can interpret fasting as a very mild change. But for other women, it causes instability. And this is based on baseline oxidative stress, cortisol reactivity, blood sugar stability, thyroid sensitivity. Remember, we talked about the thyroid, mitochondrial resilience. So this is not about your friend being more disciplined, but she's operating with a different metabolic foundation. So fasting might work for some, but for majority of women, it does not. And it causes hidden damage. This is the part that a lot of women don't learn. When cortisol stays elevated, thyroid signaling slows and appetite hormones to stabilize. This causes oxidative stress to rise sharply. Oxidative stress is like cellular rusting. It damages the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. It slows your metabolic rate. It increases inflammation, and it makes fat harder to release. It disrupts your hormone communication. And for each round of fasting, it actually adds more metabolic strain. So you're not failing fasting. Fasting is failing you because it's increasing damage in your fat burning cells. Women say that it's like my metabolism gets slower and slower every year. And it's not because of age, but it's because of accumulated metabolic stress. So if you've been fasting and gaining weight, your body isn't confused. Your body is responding. So if you want to understand how much metabolic stress you're carrying and whether fasting is making it worse, the link is below. But before you click, there's something you need to hear. I know what it feels like to restrict yourself and wake up heavier, to do everything right, and to see your body change in ways you don't recognize, and to quietly wonder if your metabolism is broken. And here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body has been protecting you, not punishing you. And once you understand the signals, everything shifts. You stop fighting your biology and you start partnering with it. So this isn't just guessing. This isn't try harder. This is real physiology, real data, and real direction. Click the link below for more.